Hello and welcome back to the Hayden Show. Ooh. We're continuing our little House of Fools rewatch, basically. A little review for just to make it so the excuse to rewatch it all, basically. Yeah, so we're back joining Vic Reeves and the moron.
The moron.
Bob Mortimer with the pork pie affair. And just read it off.
So I left it on the screen so I didn't have to do the work.
Lazy fucker. So this episode is basically the one where she got a pork pie for Bruce Willis, like we mentioned in the previous episode.
I'm pretty certain you've mentioned it in the last few times we've done this.
Probably, because it's out of all the stories, it's the one that points out the
because
most
it's meant to be Bruce Willis from behind.
Yeah.
It wants pork pie. I eat pork pie. I eat pork pie. Num num num. I love pork pie. I do your film.
So, like Tom said, to get Bruce Willis to start in her film, he needs the pork pie that's liked by Morgan Freeman. That he gets
like most Afro-Americans.
Yes, he gets from some random prison pork pie maker in the north of England, because that's exactly where they would get there. They don't totally would go for pork pie. Definitely. The most American thing ever.
Bengum.
Yes, it's the second episode. It's a lot more elaborate. It's also a lot more detailed, I'd say, because this is the time when the set is actually properly the set. The first episode, you don't really see the kitchen much, and the entire living room's a mess. This one, the living room's more clear, more like it's the proper set. And the kitchen's more detailed. We get more actual stuff in the kitchen. Like you see a box of Crave's fucking cereal, and also get more into other places as well. Not just in the first episode, it was just their apartment and Julie's. Whereas for this episode, we actually go outside as well. They go to obviously the Ben Gunn's little pork pie emporium or something like that, and sneak in the squeaky, the weird sounding floor that makes it fart each time you walk. Or is I'm nervous. Or is Beef just nervous?
I'm bloody nervous.
Yes, it's very. It's continuing that elaborateness, but it's definitely up the ante straight away. I mean, all this so for Bruce Willis to have his pork pie, because of course they see the Julie's pork pie and
it starts talking to him.
Yeah.
Oi, bunch of idiots, eat me.
Right, best thing to do when not wanting to eat a pork pie, it's all talk about pork pies. And I feel
so come up with the most elaborate stories possible. Oh, is Elton John's a gardener or something like that? I just picked up a headless hitchhiker. Is that a true story? No, not at all.
I like the continuation of each one that tells the story. They all hang on a minute, I just need to elaborate. He likes custard for breakfast. I love that they keep questioning each detail, and obviously you got Matt Beef, played by Matt Berry. Yeah, he's talking about his story of
pick up a headless hitchhiker.
Yeah, but it turns out it's not a headless hitchhiker; it's a pork pie. And that's a better story than fucking Vic's.
I love how they're one of them. Obviously, only Bosch didn't want to tell the real story about him being in prison.
Yeah.
Hearing the secret ingredients in this guy's pork pie.
Which is just pork.
It's just pork. But he's bloody snoring, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, it's elaborate. Yes. But I like the little detail of them telling the stories because it leads on, like with Bosch, it leads on to the next part of the story. Oh, that's where he gets his pork pie. Let's go steal that. Because we've just not eaten the pork pie. We've just used straws to suck out
the innards of the pork pie, the pork of the pie.
Don't worry, I know what we'll do. We'll fill it with
fucking filling. It's some actual household fillings that you use to basically fill up cracks in your wall or something like that.
Somehow they've done too much and it starts rising and rising.
Because
quite clearly not just someone uses
underneath pushing it up.
Oh, and obviously there's the whole idea of when they steal the pork pie, Bob gets stuck in it
Just make it
for
stuck
no reason
inside
somehow.
The chamber. Even though he's just obviously sawed it out from underneath, why didn't he just reach in and get the pie out? But nope, he gets stuck in there with Cleve's like... 2 fake legs.
It's very elaborate.
That face then.
Well, I'm copying what happens to the moron. But there.
You could just ask me. I've literally got my legs like right here. It would have saved you all that effort of trying to jump on the chair and break it.
Well, I like breaking your stuff. So, like, I also like how it makes no sense how he got out of it as well. Like they tried to get him out by just hitting the thing,
beating him with baseball bats. When you can clearly see the still image of the bottom because his legs are clearly not in there with him. And then they do a magic trick. Yeah, like, I've seen this on TV before.
Curtain. To that, he's completely.
Yeah, he shades something else.
Oh yeah, something else.
Danzabar or something stupid. Yeah. And then he's there with a fucking little trumpet dressed in a little like genie type outfit. Yeah.
And that's when Julie comes back and like
they give it
Bruce Wood, he loved getting put pie, goes feeds it him. Oh, he's loving it. I'm gonna get the film. But of course,
it's explosive.
Yeah, because Ben Gunn apparently put a tracking device in his pork pie, also an explosive which only detonates when it's digested. But that was also going to go to Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, but what I'm guessing he just pulls it out at the last minute. Like I'm guessing it's in a certain way where you can actually
all this for a pork pie.
Yeah, all this. There's a lot of effort just for a fucking pork pie. But yeah,
this is the day they kill Bruce Willis. He died hard.
I mean, obviously, it's funny because obviously the weird mind memory things again. Obviously, for one point, Vic's like Hitler.
Yeah,
it's just like what?
No reason. So like, Julie, you're gonna touch his willy. You're gonna touch his willy.
There's a whole flash scene of her just like reaching over and him exploding his head, and she's like, "Yes, oh,
yes."
Oh, it's just some of this shit.
It ups the ante, and straight away it shows you just how crazy it will go. Because
it also shows you a bit more, obviously, the fact that Bob's actually technically a thief. But the fact that the first one, yeah, I know he broke into Julie's head, but all he did was cut a hole in his wall. Whereas this time he's actually going and breaking into someone's building.
About prison and stuff.
Like he's actually going into a bit more detail of his stuff. I know there's an actual episode where he's on probation. He's obviously,
yes, I remember that.
Obviously talk about it a bit more. So that is like, I think it's like episode 4 or 5. But yeah, obviously it shows you that more. I mean, some of the stuff, there's just random like moments like, oh, here's some crisps for you. Oh, prawn cocktail, you having a laugh? Throws on the floor. He's like, oh, I could have had them. And then Bucky, he's like, oh, Bosh, can I have something else? No, I've eaten them all on them. Vic, oh, enough of that. Throws them. I could have ate all of them.
You can still count.
Yeah, pulls up with a cigarette, everything in there. He's like, it's just the door bit though. It's like oh, we need like a credit card swipe like ID thing to get through. Oh, I've got like a Boots like loyalty. Like,
fuck off, it's not gonna work. Like it's gonna work.
It's just the fact it works. It's just like really.
But apparently that was like the highest like security.
I'd say
in the world apparently for pork pie.
But there's no security in there whatsoever. All it was a swipe,
squeaky floor,
and obviously a locked up like casing that's locked up by
and then the
padlock.
Tracking device and the explosive in the pork pie, which
that's less of obviously the internal security. That's more of if it gets out security.
That one's insurance.
That's basically insurance, but that's the case of. Well, clearly he knows that people are going to easily break in here. Then, so clearly the system isn't as good as it's supposed to be.
But I think that's the joke.
Obviously,
the hype up as is the best security in the world. But it can like be.
Obviously, instead of that, it's that and the idea of the fact that obviously the guy's actually in there asleep. So that's like scary enough. That's why obviously Bosch doesn't want to go in at first. Obviously, because he lifts it up and he's like zoom, zoom, zoom. Obviously, if you don't know, he's like focus, focus, focus. All right, now fuck that. Ben Gunn's in there, and obviously in the end he goes in anyway.
Yeah,
just to help, obviously, to help him carry.
But he is nervous.
Help Bob get carried out. Obviously, the whole slapstick scene within that bit is like, oh
yeah, because like whenever they hit each other, they're very elaborate with it. Like,
and the way of doing
Beef is very like he dances with it.
Yeah, obviously the way they do it in this time is with the floor. So they
Yes,
utilise
you
the
hear the
squeak in the floor.
noises.
You hear the little squeaks of punching. But obviously,
Yes.
it's like the leg dragging
Mhm.
and then back forth. That makes it obviously. They're
Mhm.
trying to up the ante with the slapstick each time.
Oh, definitely.
And obviously, this one adds the sound effects rather than the
Yes.
just full on just punching each other.
Yeah, it's like.
You know, it's very obvious they're not punching each other.
So, like Joe Wrestling, when they fake the punches, and you can kind of tell. These ones, they know you're going to be able to tell with the fake punches. Let's fucking go with it. Let's make it more like part of the joke.
You're
How
only
obviously fake it is.
You're only saying that
Yes,
because I was
you
watching.
forced me to watch it.
I
Yeah.
didn't force you to watch anything. You were just sat in the room when I was watching it, and then you were like, "It's clearly not hitting him. It's clearly not hitting him." I know. I'm literally telling you right here. He's smacking his own arse to make it sound like it's hitting him. I'm riding round in circles every day. I love the fact that Bob makes that little song, and they spend the entire episode just mocking him, like especially when they're thinking, "Oh, he's telling me the best joke ever. It was hilarious. What was it? Can't remember.
Oh, it's
Bob, do it again. Right, I love that it ends on that though.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey!"
But while they do that, they keep calling him the moron.
The moron, yes.
But I do like.
Who called that nickname? Your mum. On a deathbed, and in a will, and on a gravestone.
That's why they
don't take you for walks there anymore. Yeah. Here lies the mom of the moron.
I do love like how that idea to like, oh, I'm not an idiot. Would an idiot do this? Like, obviously, Vicky used to do that weird like dance kicky kind of thing.
They usually just try and do some like shenanigan, like
would an idiot be able to
something
do this?
that's basically is very idiotic, and obviously in this case it's Bob basically like singing a song,
a very badly sung
yeah,
song.
I'm riding round in circles every day. Very badly.
You mocked my song, which you sang wrong. You should have been sung more like blue, very bluey.
It's usually like something like they grab something and like smash someone around the head or something with it.
Yes,
it's usually something like that.
It's like the whole like the Christmas one, like if I was the woman, we had to do this, and like joke. And Julie starts to soaring.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's kind of like a running joke.
Yeah, it's like pretty much every episode is usually a joke like that.
And half the time it's like, what the fuck? But some of them like, got a fair point.
Yeah,
it proves in their heads, I'm not an idiot.
Exactly.
But I do like when Bob and Vic fight a lot. Like it's the way they fight's funny. Like when
it's an old married couple.
Yeah, that's basically what they are.
They're just an old
They're
married
like
couple.
The two dads for fucking Eric.
There's Eric's two dads.
Oh, and fucking Beef's the cool uncle that comes in every now and then with elaborate stuff. Like the pen. He's upside down to a naked lady. He's fallen in love with this pen. But it's broke now, so fuck it.
Yeah, if you turn it upside down, knickers fall off.
Shouldn't have took a bath with it. Broke. You can clearly tell what he was doing with that pen.
Oh, Beef does a lot of weird stuff. I mean, even in this one, he married a pig because the 70s.
Because that's what Soho would like.
Yep. Oh, you mean you married an ugly girl?
Nope,
no, I married a pig. Oh, fuck me.
It's definitely taken like slapstick comedy to its extreme. And
it's a much improved episode over the pilot.
Oh, definitely. Like I like the first one,
but this is a lot more
pilot. Pilots are always
not
exactly the same as the rest of the series. There's definitely the same
testing
feel.
The water.
Yes, like the sets might be different. They might have some different.
It might have been something they filmed ages ago, rather than in continuation. That was the film. It's like, it's got a decent popularity in terms, obviously, the executives. Oh, let's film the rest of the series now. Obviously, that's.
Yeah, it's like I've seen a lot of like pilots where you're like, this is so completely different
to the rest of the series.
Like I remember there's like a Being Human pilot where basically two of the cast members are completely different to ones that we actually get in the actual show.
Pilots usually work.
Yeah,
they usually film one, and if it works, then obviously they start filming the rest. Or if it doesn't work, then obviously they refilm it.
Whereas this one, the pilot still feels similar, but it's not as detailed.
Yeah,
like of the sets and the characters still established.
Yeah,
and it's definitely a good step up.
Yeah.
To get to the rating then.
Cool, nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, And this one, because it's a step up, it's definitely going to be in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I would say, I think for a step up, and also because it does stick in my head quite a lot. So I'd give it, I think I'd give it a 97. Just below the Christmas.
2 below the Christmas.
Is it?
99 was Christmas.
Okay, 2 below the Christmas.
I won't forget this time. Okay, so that 97 puts Series 1, Episode 2, The Pork Pie Affair, into 2nd position, knocking obviously Episode 1 down into 3rd. Okay, what's your favourite part?
I think literally it's the whole squeaky floor. I think it's the way they do it. Like at the first, you're like, "Look, beef your shoes." How about shoes? I'm just nervous. Like the whole.
And they're all then arguing like, "Oh no, I aren't nervous at all. It's literally just like, oh, it must be the floor." No, I'm bloody nervous.
You definitely, yeah. Well, I'd say that one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Very simple. We'll be moving on to Episode 3 of Series 1. And that'll be obviously the halfway point of Series 1. But obviously not the halfway point of this series, because obviously how we're working, this is literally... We normally would just do Series 1 and 2 as 2 separate series and rank the entire series. But how we're actually going to work this, obviously I forgot to say in the last episode, is obviously we're going to just merge them into one big one.
Yeah.
So we're covering Series 1 and 2, so we'll be comparing each episode.
Not as much.
But they would also have separate rankings for each series. Obviously the Christmas special is technically in the Series 1, so according to IMDb, so obviously I'll put that under the Series 1 ranking. Even though, technically speaking, there's aspects of the Series 2 within that Christmas special, i.e.
because it's a bridging episode.
Yeah, but obviously I'll put it under Series 1 since it's on IMDb as Series 1. So I'll put it under that. But as I say, we'll have the main ranking of the 10 best episodes, because there's 13 episodes altogether, so we'll have the 10 best ones of both series combined. And then obviously we'll have our separate rankings, so we'll have a Series 1 ranking, we'll have a Series 2 ranking. So by the end of this, we'll have 3 rankings. So one series will have 3 rankings. So that's well, technically 4 if you count the extended canon of the Series 1 and 2 ranking, which would be both 3 extra episodes that are by themselves. So kind of 4 rankings, but technically 3. But you get my gist. So obviously, we'll move on to Episode 3 next time. And if you haven't checked out the actual first episode we covered, go check that out.
What are you doing?
I know you've written it at a random point. And obviously you haven't checked out the Christmas one. You can check that one out to see why that currently still sits at number 1.
And it's a good fucking episode, Alex.
Yeah, you bunch of weirdos. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed, and we shall hopefully see you next time.
Bye.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.